welcome to a beautiful disaster this wonderful Tuesday afternoon with Dutchie, the legendary punk DJ, myself, Cat Monroe, Kyle back there in sound, and today we have live in studio Human Haggis. Yay!
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 Hooray for our side.
I like these guys already, though. They were funny and made me spit my beer out before the show. That's a first.
We should have invited him back to come on a fucking comedy show.
I know. And we're live on YouTube. Anybody wants to watch, go to YouTube Live, Chaotic Radio. We have cameras all over the place.
Just like everywhere else.
Even
Just
in the
like everywhere
bathroom.
else. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep, even in the bathroom. Shh, that's a secret. Not supposed to tell anybody that one.
Oh, look at that. There we are.
Yep, there we are.
There we are.
So
Where?
There. See?
Hey, Mom, having a better day now?
Fucking hell, it's just ruined the fucking day.
So why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves and a little bit about yourselves.
Hey, I'm Tom Dante. I play drum.
And I'm Mike the Spike. I play guitar and vocalize a bit.
I'm Bill, and I play the dobro bass, and I sing along with Mike.
The dobro bass. That's a gorgeous bass.
Thanks. It's a weird little science
It's
project.
gorgeous.
What do you mean? It's a weird project.
It's, see, it does like this. Hello!
Oh, echoes. Echo.
Built-in
echo.
reverb.
Yeah, I didn't realize it's an acoustic electric bass.
Yeah, it's got a little pickup in it, too, but it sounds all springy and weird.
And that's kind of like a metal speaker.
It's a resonator in there. It's like in a dobro guitar. They just put it in a bass.
I like
Well, I
I
like
said
it.
I had to
Yeah.
have it, so I got it.
Yeah, it's nice. Really fucking nice.
Thanks, man.
So welcome to Chaotic Radio. Thank you for coming in, gentlemen.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
Human Haggis. Obviously, haggis is Scottish.
Yes, it
Right.
is.
Isn't that, is that a blood sausage?
It's a sheep's stomach filled with many, many different pieces of shit.
With all the other stuff in it. Yeah.
So it'd be a
delicious.
sheep's stomach full of human.
Well,
And then what you do is
yeah.
you cook everything inside of the sheep's stomach, and then you slice it, and so you actually eat the stomach surroundings as well.
Or is it a human stomach
Well,
stuffed
no,
with
Just
stuff?
don't-
That's the gag, yeah. Well, everything that's in it, it's basically, you can't get haggis in America. It's contraband because they don't allow, like, all the innards. Basically, you're taking sheep, lung, heart, innards, kidney, this and that, and grinding it up with a bunch of...
Yeah, hearts, kidneys, and livers are cool, but they won't let you import lungs.
That's right. It's
Lungs,
the lungs.
no lungs.
It's the lungs.
Why
that they
not
won't
the
import.
lungs?
It's I don't know because there's probably sheep smoke, and they smoke a lot, and those cools just kind of ruin your lungs, It's so
So why human haggis? Well, I mean, first of all, why haggis at all?
well just because it's disgusting.
It is. It's
You know?
fucking. If you ever taste it though,
It is
well,
not.
it's like
Have you-
every.
have you eaten it,
I was
Dutchie?
just gonna say it's like every food. If you get a good haggis, it's fucking gorgeous, and if you get a bad one, it's fucking gross.
Have you eaten a haggis?
Oh fuck yeah!
You have?
Of course I have.
What does
I'm
it
half
taste like?
Scottish. It tastes like haggis.
So my last name's Glendinning, so I know now that the haggis doesn't. If you get haggis, you can't get it in sheep lung or sheep stomach anymore. It comes in what's called beef bung. So
Where even in Scotland,
use
Ew.
your imagination, right?
Hey, now.
I think I know what that is.
nothing wrong with a bit of bungo. Come on, cat.
This helps.
Okay, all righty.
Yes, so
This
All righty.
helps.
Exactly.
If
Yeah.
you say so, Dutchie.
Oh yeah, like you don't go there. Like, look at the smile on Cole's fucking face. Come on, dude.
I'm just trying to figure it out. I mean, how could you not allow haggis here because of that?
I thought you were
mean,
going to
we have
go
fucking
somewhere
tripe
else
and
with that.
noodle and stuff,
How
right?
can you not allow anal? I thought that's where you were going with that one.
Wow.
But,
Right off the
Perfectly
bat.
legal in this country,
you know, you're right. How can you not with all the other shit they allow people to eat?
right?
It's funny when I went to Scotland a couple of years ago, and I hadn't been for fucking years. I went in a store, and now they've got haggis meat pies and haggis in a can. So you just like you fucking I'll take all my haggis in a can back home and slice it up, cook it, throw it on some toast.
Purina Scottish chow.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
good
yeah.
Lord.
I don't know if it's real or not, but I actually saw, how they do these memes. It was actually Lay's potato chips haggis flavored. It had to have been a joke.
No, I bet it wasn't a joke. No.
That was the new Tato flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
No, thank you.
How's your day going, Mom?
So you guys were all in other bands, right?
Yeah, we still are.
What other bands are they?
Well, it's a long, sordid story. Starting with Bill, he's got probably the most colored past. Checkered,
I had a
colored.
bunch of-
whatever.
I just finished playing 3 months of the band called the Bell Rays. They're from out here in Riverside or near Riverside. We were opening up for the Damned for 4 months.
Oh, okay.
When Captain fell off the stage and broke his rib and all that shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So to make him feel better, I got this little 8-bit Atari game emulator plug-in for my studio that I have on my laptop. I made a little video game thing to neat, and gave that to him. And he posted it on his site, and I got like 600 hits in an hour. It was awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
They built him a throne out of a toilet. He played the rest of the tour sitting on a fucking toilet on stage. It was awesome.
That's
I have
awesome.
pictures.
I'll have to see those in a little bit.
How long ago was that?
That was just beginning of the year.
Yeah, that wasn't long ago.
Well, that's when Adonis went to see him because I went to see the tour about a year ago.
Yeah.
Downtown at the Belasco, I think it was.
Okay.
You know, I tell you, I was disappointed. I was
Did you go when I
disappointed.
went? No, that was a different time because I saw him at the Blasco too.
Yeah, I was just no, it was the same one.
Was it?
No, it wasn't. I don't know. But no, I was kind of disappointed. I'll be honest with you. I saw them a year before that, and they did their regular hour set, and they were fucking great. But for the 40th tour, they went into 3 hours of the Damned, and I fell asleep.
Well, they have. I mean, that's another undeniably prolific band. They have so many songs.
Yes, they do.
have a
Yeah.
lot.
And the mainstream is unaware of it. These people bring your friends in from an office or something. They're like, oh, fuck, why do I know that? Why do I know that? They've heard these songs before. They have so many they can play for 3 hours. But
Oh, easily, yeah.
But yeah, if they're not delivering, if you know someone's having a bad day, it gets a little dull after.
It's not. I don't think it's even that, and it's an argument that a lot of people have with different band, with every band. You know, does the 3 hour set is it too much for the public? Right?
Don't tell that to a Springsteen fan.
No, you know what? I think
15 minutes.
But
of that's
please
too
tell
much
it.
for me. You
But
know?
please tell it to the fish people.
you know what, honestly, I think it is
Yeah,
too
definitely
long.
too much of fish.
It is too long if you have multiple opening acts. You know, by the time you get to the main act, everybody's done. You know, they're ready for the hits and they want to go home. You know, if you're going to have a big band play and they're going to do like a 2 hour set or play all the hits, 3 hour sets, they got to play by themselves.
They damn did. They didn't have any. They didn't have a support for that
Oh,
show.
and
They
they're
just
still-
did. They just did the 3 hours. But here's the thing: with most bands, if you've played over 40 years, you've changed how you play. You've changed totally the way you play, and you go from your old school pure punk to your psychedelic fucking laid back stuff to your blah blah blah, whatever it be, and you've got 3 different crowds watching you, and it's very rare that one person loves everything a band does for 40
Right.
fucking years, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing that a lot of older established bands have. I was just on a tour with Tears for Fears and Hall & Oates. And the Tears for Fears guys sang their melodies exact to what they did in the songs. And Daryl Hall would go up there and scat around and try to be Sinatra, and no one could sing along with the fucking guy. And he lost the fucking crowd. They're
He's
too good
boring.
to sing their own shit. They get that attitude, and that's how you lose people too.
I went to see Brian Wilson on Saturday night, right?
Oh yeah,
You did.
And I've seen Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys so many times I couldn't tell you how many. It was one of the most disappointing shows I've ever fucking seen. right?
Really? Why were you disappointed? You usually love him.
First of all, and I thought about it the next day. Me and my girl were talking about it. So it's at the Pacific Amphitheater in Costa Mesa.
Right.
Now, before the show is when you set the tone for the show, right? They were playing elevator Beach Boys songs, right? An orchestra version, right? Like an orchestra had recorded every Beach Boys song at half speed, and it was piped in the background, and everyone's getting in there, and everyone's exactly right.
Wait, is the
Right.
Pacific Amphitheater by the fairgrounds?
It's in the fairground.
That's
yeah.
where I got in the fight at Chris Isaac for standing and dancing there.
Right. So
That'll happen.
You've already put the crowd into energy wise, no energy.
Right.
And then Brian Wilson came out, and he's getting older, and 2 guys brought him out, and that's
Are you serious?
yeah, right. And it was like that last year at the bowl. So got 2 guys walked him out, put him at the piano. Brenda's gone. This weekend at Bernie's. He hasn't moved for 4
Staple
songs.
on the toupee.
It's not because he couldn't walk; it's because he didn't know where he was.
But see, you've already put the crowd into that. So he goes, he admitted, he gets to the piano and he goes, all right, I'm going to play 30 seconds of boredom and then we're going to break into some music. So I jump up and I'm the only one. No, I tell a lie. One guy 3 seats down jumped up and there was, I don't know, 4,000 people there and everyone just sitting with their arms crossed going, sit down, sit down. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
But the
place.
first 45 minutes was a Beach Boys karaoke with a bunch of different singers. It was not the best show in the world.
You know, it's hard for, like, especially old rockers like us. You know, you listen to that stuff. That's the stuff that made you want to play music in the first place. And then you're expecting like this hard, But when the Beach Boys first came out, it was like
rock
punk
and roll.
rock. Yeah, it was rock and roll.
Yeah.
It was in your face and it was raw and everything. And even though they didn't really play most of the songs in the studio, it still hit you in the face. It's hard to go from that and expecting that. You're hearing the sound in your head, and then you go see your favorite band nowadays, and it's loungy almost,
Yeah,
Right.
that was, it's like, fuck,
Right.
really?
So it's hard to do that. Like for instance, I'm doing the Oingo Boingo thing now, and it's like 5 of the
You play
original
with
members.
Oingo Boingo?
Yeah. Well, it's called Oingo Boingo Dance Party, and it's pretty much 5, 6, 7 of the original members, five original members minus Danny, and we're playing the music. But we have a new singer who tries not to be Danny, and sings his ass off. He does it his way, and we're kind of doing it our way. And the crowd, so far the crowd's been pretty receptive to it.
How long you guys been doing that?
I want to go to one of those.
I've been in the band now since probably about 7, 8 years. They tried to do it early on, like in 2005, and they did it a couple times. It was like a Halloween special.
Yeah, I remember seeing it. I remember
of
seeing it
thing.
over the years. It seems like it's gotten bigger and bigger, though.
It has gotten bigger, and it's kind of changed a little bit. And because things have gotten a little stronger, other guys have come back to the band. Steve Bartek's now playing with us all the time. John Avila shows up and plays all the time.
Well, because I remember when I was like 13, Oingo Boingo used to have the Halloween parties every
Right.
year. The Halloween Dead Man's Party, I think is what it was.
yeah,
And I was
that's-
always upset because I couldn't go. My friends would always go.
That's what you did on Halloween.
Yeah, and even after they stopped touring,
Yeah.
Elfman would come back from
Yep.
his fantastic movie career, film score career, and he would come play shows with them. That was like 2 or 3 weeks every year,
Yeah.
always at Halloween.
Yeah.
Always at Halloween. And then when they did their farewell thing, I think they did it at Universal Amphitheater. They ended up selling out like 10 nights in a row.
What year
Wow.
did they finish?
98?
No, I did him in 97.
Elfman was singing till when? Because I'd never heard of, I came here in 91 and Boingo weren't in England. No one had ever heard of
Really?
them. No,
That's
right?
the cool. That's the amazing thing about this band. They never went national. They didn't break nationwide until Back to School, the movie Back to School, when they, Rodney Dangerfield, all that. They were actually in that movie. Till Dead Man's Party came out, they were strictly an L.A. entity. It's like, if you're from L.A., everybody from L.A. knew who that.
Well, they were so big,
Yeah.
I just assumed the whole world knew about
right.
them.
Yeah, and that's exactly
And they were
it.
huge here.
Right. It was like the Knack
It was
until
a
the
big
Knack.
thing.
broke,
Yeah, so
Exactly.
so I came here in 91 and I was living in San Diego the first 3 months, and it was the very first year of the San Diego Street Festival.
Right.
And we walked down a street, and the people I was with went, "Get the fuck out! It's Oingo Boingo." And I'd never heard of them. And they're like, how the fuck do you not know them? Now, I'd been in the country 3 months and been listening to K-Rock and shit like that. So 2 or 3 of the songs, I'm like, I recognize the song, but I've never heard of Oingo Boingo. Which was amazing that they didn't make it big in other countries because their music is so fucking great.
They never toured. They never toured overseas.
I assumed they did. I just
Right.
always assumed that they did because they were I don't know, when I was
'Cause
younger,
you're-
that was the
'cause
big thing, was Oingo Boingo.
You were from here, and they were so good and so. I mean, they influenced so many people.
They
There's
seemed bigger than life.
yeah, and they were for this. That was like our own little private,
Well, they ran their small pond for sure.
Oh, yeah.
They owned it.
They did
L.A. was like L.A. Orange County. Southern California was their ground. It was,
Yeah.
pretty much. They went out of. I
it's
think
like
they went out-
Busboys, Fishbone, all those bands.
Yeah, exactly.
They just didn't get out. They didn't tour.
See, I assumed all of them did, just because of how big they were here.
They
That's
went
so
to
funny.
Brazil. I think they went to Brazil once or twice. Went to Hawaii. Went to New York. And toured a few places in between, and that's about it.
Kind of like Human Haggis.
Yeah, right.
We're talking to Human
Bigger
Haggis,
than
which
life.
is the actual fucking band in front of us, believe it or
Hey, how
not.
you doing, Tom? It's just Bill and I talking.
We're going to get to Tom in a
Yes.
second, right?
Yes.
Human Haggis, right?
I love this band so much.
You got a
already.
big tour schedule, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When are you playing that?
Well, actually, we have
2020.
it's coming up in a few.
Yeah, you guys said you don't play very
years.
much.
No, we don't. We've done one gig. At
One
Alex's.
gig. Fucking hell.
Well, that's like Professor and the
Well, we're so
Madman. They're the
busy.
same
It was
way. They don't play
massive,
very
though.
much either.
It's
Yeah.
not like Professor and the Mammon, no. They've done one fucking show, only one show.
Okay,
And they've been
only
together
one.
how long?
2 years.
2 years, maybe. But we've done so much.
You said it was a big
aside-
show, though.
It was. It was a big show at Alex's. It was our record release. We had our friends Underground Railroad play and the Bladios play, and it was just a fun time. You know what's cool is that everybody that played there were all close friends. And that's kind of how this is. You know, I've known before, even though the band's been together for 2 years, I've known Bill for 20. I've known Tom for just about that long. We just finally had time to do something. Yeah, hey, you play good. You know what? You play good too. Well, we should do something sometime. You
So
know,
you guys decided to get together and play
yeah,
music.
you know, everybody talks about putting a band together, you know, but how many times have you talked about putting a band together and never actually done it? And this time we actually, okay, we're going to do something. You know, we got songs, we're going to record, and it was.
And we
so
knocked
good.
them out too.
Yeah.
We knocked them
Yeah,
out
we
like
did.
in a few weeks. Done.
Yeah.
How soon after you got together was this made? I'm
That-
holding in my hand the Gut Lunch Human Haggis.
Gut Lunch was actually, that was made before we ever did anything else. You know, that was the purpose for putting the band together, was to make a record, because we don't have a lot of, you know, we never make records. We're always playing for someone else or working for someone else or doing a gig somewhere. We're basically, it's a band of hired hands. We're, you know, we can sit in with any band, play any amount of music, you know, do this, do that, whatever. It's just a matter of, we finally got
That's
together.
Bunch of drunk, busy, sad guys.
That's right.
Yeah.
Basically.
Should we play something from the album?
Yes, we should.
Oh, because I
I
think.
play a couple of their songs on my Thursday show.
Have you?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Guilty,
Well, that's
guilty.
sweet
Here we
of
go.
you.
Yeah.
There's lots of meaning to every
guilty,
song.
that's
I
a
love
fun
that
one.
one. I love that one. Yeah.
Yeah, there's, so, you know, if you play a song and you want to know anything about it.
Is there any particular song we should start with, or does it not matter?
You know, I could talk for about 5-10 minutes on the song Here We Go. That was the one that you played
I
right
like that
before
one.
the
Yeah.
out. That's actually about my autistic son.
Oh, okay.
So, because he has some serious outbursts, and that's kind of
That's
what
Here We
about.
Go?
Yeah.
Oh,
Here we
that's
go.
good that you
So-
do a song about it, though.
Well, you know, it's music is
It's therapy, yeah.
cathartic. Yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
exactly. So that's why we do it. you
That's
know.
awesome.
KegRadio.com.
Beautiful Disaster. We have Human Haggis live in studio. Give us a call, 909-360-8330.
Comes and goes, kicks you in the head, makes you wish that you were dead, making sure that you got your meds. Another night at home instead, kick and scream but your radio. I know you like it, that's why I don't know why you gotta hurt me, Joe. Sometimes I wish we just could throw. And so here we go, another trip around the nose. I hope the TV doesn't blow. Why it happens, I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know why it hurts so bad. Happiness is all you've ever had. All that pain is gonna drive you mad. All you do is try to make it sad. You ain't gonna get the best of me. I will be just who I wanna be. When you ask what you can say, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Help me! Another trip around the nose. I hope the TV doesn't blow. Why it happens, I don't know. I don't know. I want the way that it used to go. I wanna give like I used to know. It doesn't matter if it's dirty low. It's just because I say it's so. Another trip around the nose. I hope the TV doesn't blow. Why it happens, I don't know.
9 from Agent Orange. You're listening to A Beautiful Disaster on chaoticradio.com.
Chip, I can't do without that shit. Itchy nose from one straight hair. TGL and I don't care. Dirty hands from Bob and Q. Stupid questions asked by you. Don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. It's a bird, it ain't a tan. 15 minutes on the can. Lots of water, no more beer. It's time to get away from here. You can ask me, I won't say exactly what I did today. Just keep going, keep it up. There's no nice way to shut you up. Don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. Hey, fuck you. Some folks never know, you see. Dirty laundry video of things we didn't want to know. I've got something in my shoe. It's not me and it's not you. It's just a little rap today. And a boulder rolling yesterday. Don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. No, not that.
Chaoticradio.com. That was Don't Want That by Human Haggis on Beautiful Disaster. We're live with Dutchie the Punk DJ, myself, Cat Monroe, Kyle back there, and Sound and Human Haggis live in studio.
Yay!
Yay! Woo!
I like that shit.
I like it. It's danceable stuff.
It is.
Yeah,
It's like
very
party-
much so.
It's party music.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I like to dance to it when, you know, it's I don't know.
Speak up. Jesus.
Well, I know when I play here we go in here on Thursdays for Look What Cat Dragged In. I'm in here
cool.
dancing by myself. So,
All right.
yeah.
Well,
I forgot Tom was even here. Tom
see if I
hasn't
can-
even said anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, you're good. Thanks, Tom.
Tom needs more beer.
Yeah, apparently.
Hey, can you give me one too, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, now you're the fucking waiter. Go on, wait while you're there.
I'll take one too.
So seriously, are you gonna? Is there something that you don't want to play live, or is
We love playing live. It's
so?
just-
Why don't you?
okay. Well,
Right now.
because Tom's going to go get us a
No,
beer.
right
actually.
now.
No, not right now. Not
shows,
right
that
fucking now.
shows.
It's like being in a kindergarten class. Isn't it? Okay, now. No, not fucking now. All right, you can play live now if you want.
All right.
Because seeing though he set up his drum kit as well as he fucking
I
does.
love his.
We got to
drum
take
kit.
fucking pictures of that. He's using a
Right.
fucking chair, a table, a
I got a video
tambourine,
of it.
and what else?
I've got a plastic woodblock here. Yeah, I've got all kinds of stuff, man.
It sounds awesome though.
It does, yeah.
And you got a stick hammock from Stevie D.
Yeah, Stevie D stick hammock.
Who?
What is it?
It's this thing. It's light as a feather. And
What kind of feather?
One that tickles your ass, of course.
That's we're back there.
God.
Is that, yeah.
and
Wow.
yeah,
All right.
nice little portable tray table. It can go everywhere with me. And
All right, sounds like, you know what?
I
Fuck,
like
that
that.
wasn't the question, but fuck it, play live.
You can
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
your weed on it, too.
What do you want to do, Mike?
Let's be like anything. Hold on, let me get my words up, because it's so new. It's such a fresh song.
Oh, so this is a world premiere.
Kinda. It is now.
Yay.
Okay, here we go.
I was kind of into you.
That's close enough. Count us off, Tommy.
you count us off.
1, 2, 3, 4. had the answer and you had it first. Why you say yours is the best and everyone's the worst? Everybody has the answer. Where are they right now? Preaching on the internet with their version of how. Don't want no fashion show. Don't want no neon glow. Don't want to be okay. Don't want to be like anything. Don't want to be like anything. What the hell is wrong with me or with the things I've said? People can be cynical or fucked up in the head. You can say the things you feel or wear the clothes you want. It's all irrelevant except the fucking cunts. Don't want no fashion show. Don't want no neon glow. Don't want to be okay. Don't want to be like anything. Everybody has the answer. Where are they right now? Preaching on the internet with their version of how. Answers can be asses when it comes to your own self. You may not have the money, but you got a world of wealth. Don't want no fashion show. Don't want no neon glow. Don't want to be okay. Don't want to be like any. Don't want no fashion show. Don't want no neon glow. Don't want to be okay. Don't want to be like anything.
I fucking love it.
That's
it sounds
awesome.
fucking great. Because most bands that come in and we put them through the board, they don't bring their pedals and they don't bring their effects and they
special
don't bring
drum
that kind of
kits.
shit.
Right.
You know,
I love that.
and
Special
I'm going
drum
to say,
kit.
and we haven't had a drum kit that good forever. At all.
I own an acoustic guitar, but it sits on my wall. I just can't play acoustic. Even on acoustic night, I bring an electric. It's just not. I can't do it.
But it sounds really fucking good. We've never, and I let you set it up. I didn't even touch it. And
Well, that's what this
Right.
guy tours with Aerosmith.
yeah,
Does sound.
fuck.
He's-
He needs to be.
knows his
He needs to
shit.
come back in every Tuesday around about
Right,
fucking
right.
3:30 and set the bands up
Every
for
show,
me.
yeah.
I don't think you could afford it.
They're looking for they're looking for an internship, I'm afraid.
But all joking aside, when you say that, the bands that I already hear fucking some names getting thrown out and go around the table, Tom. Have you done all this shit with the same as these boys have done as well? Get close up on the mic for me.
I stay pretty local to home because I have 4 kids. So I like to stay close. So I do a lot of jazz
You've
stuff.
been pregnant a lot, man.
Yeah, yeah. I
Well,
like to
someone
do-
said earlier the jazz stories are the filthiest and dirtiest and craziest of them all.
Yeah, well, you know how crazy those
Hey,
jazz
look at
guys
him.
get.
What the fuck does he know that we don't?
Right. No, I stay pretty close to home. I do some session stuff. I do live stuff. I, show up at a proper gig in a suit and I read music.
Proper
and
gig in a suit.
What's that
Yeah.
like?
Fuck you.
What the
Well,
fuck
because
is
we're
that like?
punks, what?
Yeah, no.
Bellboy.
Nothing's more
A
punk than
proper
putting a suit
fucking
on.
show.
Yeah, come on. I bathe sometimes. It's nice.
When's the rent due,
Sometimes, right?
motherfucker?
So that keeps me busy and fairly, close to home and with my kids. And
Is
that's
that your
cool.
job? You're a musician.
Yes.
Cool.
You know
Full-time
what?
musician.
Honestly, though, he does this big band swing thing with a Frank Sinatra singer out front. It's badass.
Really? What's it
Yeah.
called?
Sinatra Big Band, which is at SinatraBigBand.com.
Imagine
Ding.
Where do you guys play?
A lot of actually private events. I think that I don't know of anything public.
Fancy.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you looking all fancy and
It's
shit.
like that.
He's out,
You look so
fancy.
fucking rough right there with
It's
your
like-
Oh,
fucking.
see, there we go.
He had to work on that look
I'm- look
all
at
day.
that.
Did he? Yeah. It's not even a real beard. It's all fucking.
No.
Dude, no, not that shirt. No.
Painted on you.
Right. So
Do you want a glass for your beer? I'll get you a glass if you want one.
I'd like an umbrella, please. And a tutu, if you have one.
Oh God.
Right. I'm not opposed to that. It's fine.
Here, Tom Dante.
I know exactly. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I mean, we do that. We do like like an Andrews Sisters wartime swing thing.
I
that
fucking
That's
love it.
cool.
I
Me
know
too.
it's a blast, man. So
We were thinking of incorporating that into the set,
Right. We were gonna do the 3 Chick Singer thing.
And
I like that stuff,
Tom's
though.
kid is in school with my kid as well. They're in marching band, and both.
Oh, mine's in marching band too.
Okay, there you go.
He's a marching band president in Ocean View.
Yeah.
He did drumline last year. Went cross country with Impulse.
Nice.
Wow, good for him.
And well, Bill and Tom and I did a benefit at the Marlin Bar, which is right
Oh,
across
yeah,
the street from
That's by the thrift store where I get all my good stuff.
Exactly.
Yep.
We're like a fixture there. We play the first of every month. But what we
I live
did
right
is
around the corner. I have to go.
we did a benefit for the marching band there, and Noodles from Offspring and the bass player from Offspring, I forget him, but both their Noodles' kid is in marching band. So last year we had Noodles come up and he played a bunch of songs with us there, and we raised a bunch of money for the marching band there.
Let us know when you do it again. We'll put it on the. We'll put,
November
Oh
17th.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
this November 7th. Well, yeah.
Yeah, this
Oh.
November 17th.
It's going to be at the Marlin Bar.
at the Marlin Bar.
I
and-
will be there, I
in
think.
Huntington,
Yeah.
and so Noodles will be there, and I get the guys from Boingo to come down. And
That's cool because we just had Noodles do a chaotic interview.
oh, you did?
2 weeks ago. Greg Dixon did, and it was
okay.
fucking amazing.
I see him all the time at Mother's.
He is the sweetest guy. He
Mother's.
is just the
Mother's.
nicest
Mother's
guy.
is my bar. I see him all the time there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he lives down in Sunset. Or I
used to
don't
play
really
at
want to
Mother's.
say,
You
but
used-
he lives
we
down
used-
there by us.
Yeah.
Oh, you
So-
know, Mother's is my stomping ground. I've been going to like 6. I book bands there every now and then. TJ's my best friend, the bartender.
Put the meat pan there.
I used to
Meat pan?
have 2 girl roommates. They both worked at Mother's.
Was TJ one of them?
No, it was Karen Dixon. She's back in
Okay,
Australia
no-
now, and Tiffany.
I've heard, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
90 girls.
Small little world.
Fun to live with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Small little
Fun
world.
to live with. I'm not even going to ask any questions on that.
Yeah,
front.
Marlin's actually that Vaughn's is where I stop home from work all the after work because I live right around the corner there.
We
Yeah.
live
You,
right there.
you actually you didn't get me a beer, did you?
You didn't.
Oh,
ask.
come on, I'll do it.
You
It was his
didn't
job. It
ask.
was his job. No, we live. I can,
all the way over
I can
here,
walk
man.
home from that gig, but we play there the first weekend of every month with our cover band. We have a cover band, and we play everything from
What's the cover band called?
Sinatra to Slayer. It's called Green Natives, and we've been together for probably
30 years.
Wow, really? Yeah. The two of you? All
no-
three of you.
Well, it's this band Green Natives.
There's a revolving cast.
It is.
Oh, like Legos. They all just kind of fit together.
Whenever the touring
Thanks, man.
guys are in town and they want to make a couple extra bucks and keep their chops up, they call me and hey, you got a gig this weekend? Yeah, let's play, some Sublime.
I
and
will
some
be
crap,
over. I will be over there more often. I live right there.
Going from playing your local gigs and this, that, and the other. I mean, you guys have been around for forever, right? You ain't young.
I've been alive forever.
And you mentioned, like I said, you dropped some names in their bands. What is? Are you all full-time musicians?
Yeah.
I do a lot of tech work for international tours, so I work with all these big guys that pay me money so I can go home and buy more basses.
Cool.
I make all this shit work, and then I come home and play in bands.
That's fucking great.
That's
what a
the
fucking
life.
nice
You're living the
you know?
dream.
So do you what stands out that you go, fuck me? You see a band and you go, fucking hell, I either supported that band or I worked with that band. I forget who we had on the other week, and I ended up working with John Lydon, and it was like
Who was that? I can't remember.
I
who that
can't
was.
remember. Fucking hell. I'm not gonna. When these guys leave, they're fucking done. I'm not gonna remember who they
Well,
are.
I book shows, so I
But-
book
but-
bands all the time, and we both do all this stuff. So
You know,
it's like,
and he's like, yeah, I work with John Lydon. He said, and all of a sudden, I'm sitting next to him having to critique shit, thinking, fucking hell, this is fucking Sex Pistols. This is.
Yeah.
He said
Right.
the guy was cool as fuck. So have you found yourselves in positions like that where we put these superstars, we put them up there, don't we? We do.
I got a story. This
Tell
is my
it, tell
favorite
it, tell
story.
it.
Okay, Bill and I went to actually do the sound for one of the Rockin' Brews.
For one of who?
The Rockin' Brews, the
Oh,
places
right.
that Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley own. Okay,
Those
they were
those
opening.
restaurants, yeah.
They were opening the one in Torrance. So they asked us, look, we've got to we're having a cover band play, and we need your gear. So we brought all our gear down, my amps, our PA, everything. We set it up at the top of Rockin' Brew, and it's like, okay, cool, the band's gonna play. We hear Gene and Paul are going to sit in with the band. Oh, wow, that's cool, Then all of a sudden, showtime comes up. Gene, Paul, Tommy Thayer, and Eric Singer, the whole KISS shows up. Yeah, we're going to do a few songs. Okay, that's great. I'm like dying. Oh, my God, because KISS was it for me. I mean, growing up, Ace Frehley, I'm like, God, this is fucking Gene Simmons. And I met them, and they were kind of cool, They were really cool. And then when they started playing, I'm like, they're just a bunch of, whatever has-beens. They're gonna sound shitty. They get on their
Fucking
instruments
nailed it.
and they fucking nail it. And I'm just going,
Pro.
oh my God, it's fucking perfect. And so Paul's using a friend's guitar. He's using my amp. Tommy's using my guitar and my amp. Gene's using a friend of mine's bass and his amp. And they play like 3 songs. Gene's having trouble with the bass. All of a sudden, they finish their last song. Gene takes the bass and goes, "Fuck this thing," and throws it against the wall. And I'm sitting there with my mouth open, just going, "Did I just fucking see that?" And then he walks towards me with my mouth open, and he goes,
Oh no!
like, gives me the hand, and I'm like this. So I let him by, and I go, "Fucker, you're the reason that I don't want to meet." He's the reason that I don't want to meet any of my rock heroes
disappointing
anymore.
He's not
I don't
the
want to
most-
meet any of them.
He's not the most comfortable guy in the world, man. I was doing sound for that. And I talked, the only thing Gene Simmons, this is the one thing in my life that Gene Simmons ever said to me. He only said one thing. I said, "Hey guys, Paul, Gene, I'm doing sound, I'm doing monitors, front of house, all from this little console here, you know, down the floor. If there's anything you need, I'm down here, let me know." Paul says, "Cool, dude." And they wouldn't shake hands, they would just a fist bump. You know, they didn't want the full contact. Right. And so,
They don't want the cooties.
yeah, well, I don't want theirs either.
They
Fuck.
don't want the
Exactly.
cooties.
Those
Yeah, no, you don't want their
historical
cooties. Yeah.
Gene Simmons looks at me and says, "I would like a lap dance." That's all that fucker said to me.
Did you give him a lap dance?
I said, "Hey, man, Long Beach, right city, wrong guy. Sorry, dude."
Not after he threw the fucking guitar against the wall. no.
True.
I'm like, "Fucker, you know, us guys have to work to buy that
Yeah.
stuff." And you can buy, you know,
It's not
whatever.
disposable.
But, you know, I kind of almost understood because later his wife was there. I forget her name, but what a fucking train wreck. And he's just sitting here like this, and she's talking to him. And he's like this. And I'm like, all right.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me a fun, happy story.
No.
That is fun and happy.
It's fun
Mike,
and happy
Mike, is
for
it
me.
true? Is it true that he has a little twitch every time she comes close? He goes like this.
Yeah.
I heard that from you.
That's right.
What does it mean, though? There she is.
Yeah, right.
Good luck.
No, yeah.
That's disheartening.
It is, because I mean, that band meant so much to me. Between them and Cheap Trick and the Ramones.
One of the
growing up.
most overrated fucking bands in the world, in my opinion.
Well, no,
which is not a fucking.
I'm with you, honestly, on that one. I'm not huge on Kiss.
It is, but I'll tell you what, they've perfected the craft. And
They
that's-
perfected fucking dressing up. That's what they perfected.
You know what? Every
Playing the same. Every fucking song sounds the same. Don't get me wrong, the Ramones do. There's many bands whose songs, ZZ Top are probably the worst one in the world. For you could play 5 of their intros and not quite know
It
what
is
they're
all
going to go into. Whether it's, you know.
You can't call it.
He's
you can't
worked
call
for
it right
Billy
away.
Gibbons before, so
I got some Billy stories too. but
I want to hear them.
That's another
Let's hear
interview.
it, Let's hear it.
I want to keep the real bad stories, the sex, the fights, and the fucking till the second half of the show when we're really fucked up. All right. Because that way they get exaggerated that little bit better.
Here's what I want to hear. I want to hear about a show that you liked. All I've heard is fucking Dark
Oh,
Side.
fucking hell.
come
I mean,
on.
I've seen.
Come
Bring it up a little bit.
He
What?
tried to stage dive.
You know, talking about some of the best fucking shows I've ever seen, right? Alice Cooper.
Absolutely. I just saw him in Brazil.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Amazing.
Alice Cooper.
Amazing.
I
mean,
saw him once, and it must have been
Yeah,
a bad
and-
night
and-
because when I saw
well-
him, it wasn't very good.
Dude,
talking
it's
about-
cheesy, it's corny, and it's brilliant.
That's so
fucking
cheesy.
And it depends. Now we're not talking pure music. We're talking showmanship. We're talking, you know,
Theatrical.
yeah. And Alice Cooper, you can't fucking beat it.
No, can't touch him.
I saw Queen a couple of times.
Oh, wow.
Right now, I also, and I've told you this story. I went to see Alice Cooper at the Universal Amphitheater, and for the first time, he did a show without any theatrics, and it was boring as fuck. Well, I was just in the middle of a divorce, and I had 4 spare tickets in my back pocket, and I ended up running up on the stage, grabbing a mic, and trying
you
to
did
sing
not
with
tell
him.
me this story.
No,
No, I have not heard this one. I don't remember this story.
I like that you just ended up running up on stage.
No,
and
no.
grabbing
Here's the
mic.
thing.
Dutchie ends up a lot of places. Yeah.
We were 3rd or 4th. Yeah, I try.
New respect for this guy already.
And the end result's the same. I get kicked out by security and fucked
That's
up.
very
right?
that's still punk rock, man.
So I'm like, everyone's like, this is boring as fuck. And I was with one of my managers from work. He went, well, I know you, fucker. Go and make it a little bit more exciting. I'm like, okay. The security guard was just asleep on the edge of the stairs. So I just kind of wandered down and then boom, straight up those 3 little steps and I'm on stage, grab a mic.
man.
Hello! Hooray! Let the show begin.
You never told me that
Right?
story. That's the best story ever.
And I get kicked out. But I've got 4 more fucking tickets right in my back pocket, fucker. So
Kept going in.
I kept going in and getting kicked out. And I thought so I went in the opposite side and snuck back. And then I'd only been back in my seat about 30 seconds. And I'm like, oh, what the He's like, I just fucking threw you out. And the 3rd time they called the cops. So I've still got, and it's in my scrapbook in there.
You got
I've
the
still
fourth
got I've still got one ticket that never got used. I never quite got to use it.
Is that what you were trying to do at a Dead Kennedys?
No, I was just trying. I've never managed to do a stage dive. So at Dead Kennedys a couple of months ago, I'm like, fuck, what? Sometimes I don't realize how fucked up I am and how slow I am and how old I am, right? You see it from a 16-year-old's eyes. And I go, and we had Sal, the photographer. Do you know Sal's photos? If you don't,
He's great with photography, yeah.
So he's at all these shows. He takes the best pictures. And he was there. And I said, Sal, you got to fucking, perfect. I'm going to stage dive. So I sneak to the side where the fucking pit is. I didn't look behind me, though. I didn't look behind me. There's a security guy about 3 fucking feet behind me. And the stage comes up to my neck, and I just haven't got that strength in my arms. So I run up, and I put my arms on the stage, and nothing moves.
It looked like a little kid trying to jump a baby
Yeah,
gate.
there's a video. You can see. And you hear Becky going, "Go, Dutchie, go, Dutchie, go."
And then the security guy gets me, and it's really nice. He goes, "Dude, you're too old for that shit." I go, "Yeah, you're right." Then I go, "Fuck it, I'm going around the other side. I'm not giving up." They got steps on the other side, and these fuckers caught me, threw me out, and knocked me unconscious.
Now that's a party.
So I still haven't stage dived, not yet.
You will.
Who's
One
singing
day.
for the DK now?
Oh, who cares? Fuck it. If it ain't Jello, it ain't the DKs, is it?
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Right. Is that? You think that'll ever happen? Will that?
Yeah.
You think it'll happen again?
Misfits did it. They'll do it.
Right, but
there's enough
but
cash-
have you seen those ticket prices?
green.
For
That's
the
why I
Misfits?
think it will
That's
happen.
crazy,
I think.
isn't it?
I
Did
think
they get
that-
it? Did those Misfits?
Oh yeah,
price-
it's sold out in 3 minutes. Now those tickets are on StubHub for 1,500.
Wow.
Crazy.
So
Oh my
if
God,
can you imagine
why?
bands like the Dead Kennedys going? The other 4 guys in the band are going. Jello, what do you think? Maybe.
For that much
180,
money.
250. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, who's pissed at who? With their.
I have no clue. I
And
don't
those
give a
punk
fuck.
rock bands like that, they're all pissed at each other all the time. Who knows?
Mainly, I think it's Jello pissed off because they're going corporate with their music.
Yeah, I
and
think.
stuff.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're
That's
right.
it.
Yeah. There's some holdouts.
Just ask him. He'll tell you all about it because he loves to talk.
He loves.
Yeah, he'll sit you down for like 3-4 hours and tell you the whole
He will,
story.
he will tell you all about him all day long.
I just want to hear his Al Jorgensen stories. That's
Oh, hell yeah.
That's all I
Hell
want to
yeah.
hear, man.
My problem
He's
is
a nice guy.
I hear the word Jello Biafra and think fucking pole dancing because of us.
Oh no, because we went to. He got tickets thinking it was Jello Biafra, like a show, like a singing show, a concert, and it was Jello Biafra's a wild, wacky DJ show. Where he was,
yeah.
it was just really cool. He plays like crazy, weird music and he DJs. But
He does.
Dutchie decided to pole dance.
He goes into Atomic Records in Burbank.
Yeah.
And I know that because Sluggo, the sax player for the Boingo band, he was the original sax player in Oingo Boingo. He works there. That's his day gig, like Monday,
Yeah,
Tuesday.
look at him
Wednesday.
now.
Right.
Where is he now?
Yeah. Nice.
He's still in music.
But
He's still in music.
He is, but he tells me when Jello comes in there, Jello is the only person that they will let take records out of the sleeves and play them and listen to them before he buys them.
Oh, the man
Test
played
him out.
an amazing.
It was really
like,
cool music.
Music
Good
you'd
variety.
never heard of. You knew the genre, and you knew it was like he would play almost like a Motown or an old soul song that was just no one had ever heard of.
And then
It'd
some
be like,
weird,
how did I miss
weird
this?
obscure
Yeah.
French
Yeah.
stuff.
Really,
and-
but it was fucking great,
Yeah.
you know. And I ended up there with 4 women like Cat, tits everywhere,
What do
and
you-
me drunk,
Thank you for explaining that and clarifying. I just
right, and just like fucking
was so much
dancing
fun.
the fucking night away.
I think we danced nonstop the entire
Nonstop.
night. Yeah.
French. You said French something?
He had like a weird French song and like all kinds of
Oh,
stuff.
everything,
Yeah.
yeah.
it
Do you,
was
do you
really-
remember a band called the Senders?
No.
Okay, they were like a New York band right around the time of the Ramones and Blondie and everything. And the lead singer Phil was French. I just met him the last time. I didn't meet him. He left me a book for OC Mike. I'm Mike. My friend Jesse, who I have the record company that Human Haggis is on, he's friends with Phil. And this is a guy who's, was in New York during the time, CBGB's,
Yeah.
What's his
Son
name?
of Sam. Phil, the name of the band is Ascenders, and they have records out. It's from like late 70s, early 80s.
Son of
Do-
Sam
do
was
you
what,
hear that-
76? Summer of 76?
Yeah, right around there. 77, 78, 76.
Super raw with horns.
Yeah, super raw horns, almost like Dr. Feelgood type stuff,
Yeah.
Okay, if Adonis is listening, get on an Adonis. Adonis,
I'm gonna guarantee it was 76 because it was Saturday Night Fever.
Adonis is our guy on Thursday shows that I have. He digs up stuff from the late 70s, early 80s, and he finds bands that were around for a short time. And I have a segment. You probably heard of the Adonis. arc. He digs up stuff, so that'd be a good one for him to.
That would be a good one for him to look up. They're really cool.
Yeah.
So, Bill, you've obviously been there, seen it, done it with all these fuckers, right? You
Couple of them.
did you get to travel the world? Did you get to do London and Europe and all that kind of shit?
I'm going to London in 6 days.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
For what? For what reason? With what band? Or
With
just,
Tears for Fears, doing a BBC Two show, and then Royal Albert Hall.
oh, fuck
Those
off,
are
Royal
good
Albert Hall.
bands.
Yeah.
Good bands.
Have you ever played there before?
No. It's exciting.
Fuck yeah, that's
Is that
exciting.
the one with the carpet?
No, we're talking. No, the Royal Albert Hall is the fucking place in London where
fucking historic venue,
they
yeah.
have. Look it up. The night of the proms, the last night of the proms. Right. The Royal Albert Hall is one of the. It's like St. Paul's Cathedral. It's one of those places that was
Oh,
built
it's really fancy.
hundreds of fucking years ago. And mostly symphony orchestra and opera and all that. And then probably about 30 years ago, they opened it up to rock shows. And they'd never done it before. It was, it was like, oh, we can't have rock and roll at the Royal Albert Hall now, can
It's
we?
probably cool there with the energy and everything.
Well, Night of the
yeah.
Proms is great because it is orchestra with rock bands. It's a hybrid.
It didn't used to be.
Oh,
It used
okay.
to be just orchestra.
Okay, so that's
And
that's
it was
changed up
amazing.
a bit.
It turned into nothing but fucking wasted drunks at the last night of the proms.
No, our friend Scott Devours. We actually did a Human Haggis show in Brooklyn. He's our friend. He lives out there. He was living.
Hey, guess
here in
what?
Long
We
Beach.
played 2 shows.
Yeah. Okay. 2 shows.
Two
That's
shows.
right. 2 shows.
One East
Right.
Coast, one West Coast.
Right.
Yes. One East Coast.
See how
one
fucked
West
up
Coast.
they are. They couldn't even remember.
Nationwide.
They couldn't remember the second one.
What's the name of the band?
Nationwide.
Okay, Nationwide. So Nationwide played here in California, and Human Haggis, and our friend Scott, who played with us out there. Scott is Roger Daltrey's drummer, and Scott actually got to when Zach had some foot problems or some kind of problems or whatever.
I think it was tendonitis.
Tendonitis. Yes, he actually sat in with the Who.
For 2 years.
For 2 years, and played the fucking Royal Albert Hall.
Oh
with
my
them.
God.
So I'm, and then not only that, when he comes back, he plays the old Dubliner, this little Irish pub in Long Beach with us, and plays covers
I know
all
the
night.
old- yeah.
You know,
He moved
So-
to New York. He drove his Prius to Brooklyn to play a house
It
party
made
with
it
us.
to
Yeah.
it made it to New York. The Prius.
No, he didn't drive from here to.
No,
New
he
York.
moved to New York a few months
Oh,
ago.
okay.
He's got his car out there, but he drove from Hell's Kitchen all the way to Brooklyn.
Yeah, I know where that's at. That's a distance.
To
Yeah.
play our show with us and hang out. We barbecue.
So are you playing?
And he
with-
found parking.
Wow.
In
Are you
Brooklyn.
part? Are you part of the Tears for Fears band?
No, I'm part of their crew. I'm pretty much their crew chief. Again,
That's really interesting
Yeah.
stuff. On Saturday night when I was at the Brian Wilson show, do you know Eric Von Arab?
Yeah, I know Eric. I
Yeah.
just bought a couple speakers from him.
Yeah. Do they
Cool
work?
guy.
No, me and Eric, I know Eric real well.
So he was
my ass.
he was stage manager for the Brian Wilson show the other
Right.
night.
Well, he
Well,
works.
he works at the Pacific
Yeah, he
Amphitheater.
works at the Pacific Amphitheater.
And he was on the show recently with Love Canal, and we ended up talking about the Beach Boys. Yeah, are you going? I'm like,
Bosco.
fuck yeah, I'm going. Yeah, Bosco never went.
Bosco's great.
He
Bosco
didn't show
didn't go, no. And he said he was going, I don't know why, if he had a show or something like that with someone else, because I know he plays with multiple bands. But I put it out there. Arab, Bosco, are you here? Because I'm here. And Arab came out. And
And that was your post. Okay, I saw that post.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was just, and then Arab came out. He's like, where you sitting? He's like, yeah, dude, I didn't realize that was his place, but he's worked there for fucking years.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
his gig. That's his main gig.
And he shows it, and of course, he goes, oh, that was me 20 minutes ago. And he posts a picture of him with Brian Wilson and Al Jardine and fucking Blondie Chapman.
Oh man.
Wow.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Yep.
I actually have a Beach Boys story. Well, the Beach Boys was the first record I actually paid for with my own money when I was a kid. But we had this guy Doug who played played keyboards in the Boingo Band.
Oh, Lacey?
Yeah. Zydeco Doug, we call him. And he had a birthday, and we were at. He plays at. It's called the Red Lion. It's in Silver Lake, I think. And it's his birthday, and we're playing there. And he, this guy shows up in overalls. He's got a gray mustache. This old guy looks almost like Captain Kangaroo, you know. And I end up talking with him and drinking with him all night. And he's just the nicest guy. I go, "What's your name?"
Who's Captain Kangaroo?
Right.
I remember Captain
Hey,
Kangaroo.
we're all old enough here. But he goes, "My name's Van Dyke, man. It's nice to meet you." And I go, "Van Dyke, I know only one Van Dyke, and it's Van Dyke Parks. And Van Dyke Parks is a guy who wrote like shit tons of Beach Boys songs. And I go to Doug, dude, that guy, his name's Van Dyke. Oh, yeah, it's Van Dyke Parks. I'm like, holy shit. This guy wrote like some of the biggest beach, like God Only Knows. I think he writes all these great Beach Boys songs. And here I am getting drunk with this guy. You know, he's the nicest old guy, you know.
It's amazing when shit like that happens. I ended up hanging with one of the fucking Holland brothers who wrote all the Motown songs.
There you go.
You
Holland,
know,
Dozier, Holland?
Yeah, Holland, Dozier, Holland. And,
Yeah.
And I ended up going out for, or not going out for beers with him, but Dick Night Train Lane, and this is a fucking connection story. Do you know Dick Night Train Lane?
I know the name.
Football player, NFL, Hall of Famer, played for the
Dick
St.
Lane.
Louis Cardinals. Dick Lane, yeah,
Right.
Night Train. So I took him back to the airport, and he went, "Oh, we're going to stop and have a beer first with my friends, and then I'm going to go to the airport." And we go in there, and it was fucking one of the Holland brothers, right? And he said, "Have you ever heard of Holland, Dozier, Holland?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, Lamont Dozier." And I couldn't tell you the Holland brothers' names. Lamont Dozier, yeah. And we go in this little fucking house in Van Nuys, and he goes, "Yeah, this is one of the Holland boys who fucking..." And we sit there, and he's got this one-car garage that's just nothing but gold records and pictures of and the fucking sweetest, nicest, and his little fucking wife would wander around. She still had her slippers and a fucking dressing gown on at 3 p.m. Want another cup of tea and another biscuit? I'm like, "I'm good. Got another beer. Give me a fucking beer."
Right.
No tea and biscuit.
Yeah, but you know, you don't know who you're going to end up fucking bumping into in life.
Before the whole
crazy
Gene
world,
Simmons thing, it was like, what? You would want to ask these people so many questions.
Yeah.
You know, you have so many questions, but you don't want to be a total fan. You don't want to be, you know, Chris Farley going, "Remember that time when you were in the Beatles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool."
I think I did that to Alfie Agnew. 'Cause
Yeah,
he was
Oh, shit. Well, I tell you what, we haven't played enough of your music. We got to go to a commercial in a minute. Right?
Yeah.
So you want to play a live one, or you want me to play one of your studio tracks?
Play our song in Spanish. It's the very last
You have a
track.
song in Spanish?
Yeah.
We had fun with this. No, play the original first, and then play the.
What's the original?
Oh yeah, play them in the first. It's "Losing You," and then "Perdiendo" is the Spanish version. Yeah. And,
I had fun with this one.
yes.
Did you
So-
do
so
you
we're-
did an English version and a Spanish version. What's the reason
Yes.
for that?
Southern California. I mean, really. Actually, you know, growing up, my whole family's Mexican except for me. My kids, my wife. My mom was raised in East LA.
So was mine.
Yeah, so we had mariachis for backyard parties.
Yep.
You know, so I grew
Yeah,
attached
Los
to...
Lobos played a party when I was about 5 years old.
They
long
were
time ago,
mariachi.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
played...
Those
Yeah,
In my
Tejano
grandma's
mariachi.
backyard, yeah.
Right.
Unless
So,
you've been to one of those parties, you ain't never been to a real party.
And then I've never been to a real party.
dude,
you know,
unless there's two Mexican uncles fucking each other up, you've never been to a real...
I want to get a
Real party.
mariachi band in there for our Christmas party. playing.
Metalachi.
Yeah, we should get Metalachi. I'm working on them
Yeah.
still. I'm working on them. Yeah.
No, see, I want to start something new. I fucked the metalachi. I want to start punkachi.
Punk. Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, come on now.
Can you imagine anarchy in the UK like that?
We can play it.
didn't
We
the-
can play a Mexican
Well,
song
didn't the
for you
Bronx?
right off.
The Bronx
Yeah.
started
Yeah,
all.
the
yeah.
Bronx.
Yeah.
The Bronx. Yeah,
Mariachi
Mariachi
El
El
Bronx.
Bronx. I saw them once. They're
El
really
Bronco.
cool.
John Avila.
I like
from
the little
Boingo.
drummer guy,
He
yeah.
recorded their records.
They're great.
Yeah, they are.
Fucking awesome, yeah.
I love the Bronx. Period. You know that band just they are keeping like punk rock alive. You know, just like the hard this stuff. You know, I like that band.
We're doing too much talking, not enough
Yes.
music, and definitely not enough fucking drinking.
Yeah, I'll grab the wine during
Yeah,
the
let's
intro.
grab the fucking wine. Let's play some music. I'm going to play Losing You, and then I'm going to play Perfenindo.
Perdiendo.
Close enough.
Yes.
You're listening to
Yes,
Chaotic
perfect
Radio.
something.
ChaoticRadio.com. Beautiful disaster.
Well, I'm sitting alone, wondering what I should do. Doing nothing at all, wishing that I was with you. But I'm losing you, losing you. I don't know why, I don't understand. I think you're gonna die. Well, I knew from the start, you had to have it your way. And when it came to an end, my heart was gonna have to pay. But I'm losing you, losing you. I don't know why,
Hi, we're the Briefs, and you're listening to Beautiful Disaster on chaoticradio.com.
Bueno, estoy sentado solo, preguntándome qué debiera de hacer, sin hacer nada, deseando estar contigo, porque te estoy perdiendo, no sé por qué, no lo comprendo, creo que voy a morir. Tú sabías desde el inicio, fue a tu manera. Y cuando terminó, mi corazón lo iba a apagar. Porque te estoy perdiendo. No sé por qué, no lo comprendo. Creo que voy a morir. Ahora te superaré. Me tomará un tiempo, porque estos pensamientos de ti todavía andan por mi mente, por mi mente, por mi mente. Yeah. Ahora te superaré, me tomará un tiempo, porque estos pensamientos de ti todavía andan por mi mente, por mi mente, por mi mente, por mi mente, por mi mente.
Singing along isn't just accepted, it's encouraged. Encouraged. Just not too loud. Thank you for your cooperation. ChaoticRadio.com.
Work my ass off every day. Lots of sweat and little pay. Just one thing that's left to do. Just have a drink and start to stew. Late night TV every night. Let Netflix and Hulu fight. Close your eyes and then you'll know. Drink time's gone and there you go. You'll fight and fight, but you're knocked out. Seeing double on the job. Workers screaming like a mob. Get me this and get me that. Get them off my fucking back. In my car on my way home. I dream of sleeping all alone. Close your eyes and then you know. Dream time's gone and there you go. You'll fight and fight, but you're knocked out. Knocked out. There's a reason I go on. I need to eat and mow my lawn. Close your eyes and then you know. Dream time's gone and there you go. You'll fight and fight, but you're knocked out. Fight and fight. 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 Fight and fight.
ChaoticRadio.com.
Did we catch you by surprise, Kat? Or what the fuck were you doing?
Well, I got a text from somebody that says, "Don't forget me," but it doesn't say who they are. So.
Oh.
It was probably Simple Minds.
You know, and it's not your old man, and you're saying that live on the air. Fuck
he
yeah.
knows
me because I'm stuck in this fucking box over here.
Don't forget me.
No, he knows I get texts.
So you can use my line on him.
But no, there's getting text, but there's getting text to go, don't forget me.
It's a giant novel.
Yeah, you have someone you got to tell a story about on the air, probably.
I don't know.
So welcome back, second half of the show. Normally,
Wait,
gets-
A Beautiful Disaster. That's
Oh, is
your
that what it
legendary
is?
punk DJ, myself, Cat Monroe, Kyle back
Yeah,
there.
it's all
sound-
beautiful during this first half.
Human Haggis.
Total
Right.
disaster.
Well, I knew it was going to be a great show when they made me spit out my wine before we even started.
Yeah.
My beer, yeah.
You should have a 5-minute period of just telling stupid fucking jokes because the four of you. I just sat back and it was just a natural progression
Hey,
around the
how
fucking.
do you get a altar boy pregnant? I mean, no, I screwed it up. How do you get?
You did.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's funny.
How do you get a nun pregnant?
You fuck her.
Dressed like an altar boy.
How does a priest get a nun pregnant? That's how it goes. Wow.
You're fucked up. Can't forget about it.
So
I'm
good
gonna
at
go-
this.
Yeah, I'm.
Let's
yeah.
just keep rolling with this.
Usually
This is great.
I am. No,
this
never
is awesome.
mind.
I should know
Never mind.
better than allowing her to do that. We just had a break.
Second half of the show. I didn't smoke any weed though.
You
today.
don't need to sometimes.
Hey, actually,
True.
my friend came up to me and he said, "Hey, you know what rhymes with orange?" And I said, "No, it doesn't."
Pretty good.
That's
pretty good.
Kat does a show. Kat does a show on a Thursday. She plays your stuff.
Yeah.
right?
Mike's listened. Yeah.
So last Thursday, I got to sit by the pool down the street and listen to it. And I posted a car. The host is a little bit on the high side. And she said, no, I'm not. No, you fucking are. Oh, yes, you are.
Not today though.
No, of course not, Kat. So
Pure alcohol, man. Pure alcohol.
Yep, today it is. Yeah, it's not balanced out. That's the problem.
This is a problem.
So, Bill, it blows me away you're going to go and play in the Albert Hall. Well, how long are you going out there for?
I'm going to go work in the Albert.
All right,
Hall.
you're going to
They're
work
gonna
in there.
play.
Same thing. Same thing. No, it's not. Yeah, how long are you going to are you doing Europe as well, or are you just doing the UK?
We're doing 5 days in London, and then we're going back to Europe for a couple of weeks.
Nice.
Because they have new stuff out. Fiona Apple has a new album out. I've worked with her, too. I mean, I've worked for both those bands, Tears and Fiona, for the last 15 years. They're my main two people. And I will do anything for them. They're fucking badass.
Who are your main people?
Tears for Fears and Fiona
Fiona
Apple.
Apple.
Pay
I thought you said
attention.
Fiona Apple. Yeah. No, I thought he said Fiona Apple. I wasn't
You
sure.
thought he was talking about iTunes.
No, because I haven't heard anything from Fiona Apple for a while.
Well, she hibernates like at 4 years at a time, and then she's got to go out and pay for a fucking house again. So she puts an album out.
Oh, okay.
She's so good, though. Her band is top notch.
I just haven't
She's
heard anything for a long time.
Unmatchable. Unmatchable.
Unmatchable.
She just did the Ohana Festival in Dana Point
Oh,
last
okay.
month and owned it. Fucking owned it. She's so good.
Do you, as a musician, Because obviously, when you're there with that, you're not a musician. You're working.
It's a different hat. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different hat. Do you ever go, fuck, I want to play in this band? Like, fuck. Do you ever tell her, hey, get me in your fucking band?
No, I keep that to my.
I know it would be embarrassing, and you probably get kicked off the fucking.
You know, I don't want to play that way. I'm wearing. I've got a different hat on, and I enjoy that work too.
Do you?
I really dig it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love getting paid to travel, and I love making shit work, and I love playing and being a fucking idiot in
job.
public.
That's awesome.
I love all of it.
Do you get when you get to go to places like London or wherever it be? I know a lot of the time it's a one night only gig, right?
No, not all the time.
No, not all the time. But is there places you get to and you go, fuck, I've got to get out and see this.
Tel Aviv.
It could
Tel
be
Aviv.
Berlin.
That would be
it
everywhere.
could be Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv was fucking amazing. It was
Ooh,
hot
you
as
gotta go
balls.
there?
It was like Miami there. It's like, you open up your sliding door to your hotel and every window, every fucking mirror fogs up.
I've heard it's gorgeous.
Super humid, but you can get hors d'oeuvres and cocktails on the beach at 3 a.m. It's badass. And
That's
everybody
your
there
kind
is
of place.
beautiful.
I didn't know there was a beach in Tel Aviv. I thought it was a desert.
You left after our gig.
Stay
in
on
New
the
York.
coast. It's like Long Beach. Stay on the coast.
Is it really?
Don't go
You
inland.
don't want to go inland, okay? Yeah. Long Beach.
I want to know. I'm serious now. Tom,
Yes, sir.
what the fuck did they mean when the jazz stories are the worst and the dirtiest? So why the fuck are you laughing? Because you know something that we. Why don't you tell his story for him? How bad is it?
He's hiding behind his guitar.
No. It's like jazz is where like all the evil started. I mean, think about
It's
like
dark. It's
okay,
dark.
it is dark because, for instance, on my mother's side, my mom is the first generation from Sicily. My grandma was born in Sicily, and they migrated to Kansas City. Kansas City being one of the jazz capitals of the world. When the mob owned Kansas City, all of the nightclubs there were. I mean, there were nightclubs where girls wore cellophane outfits and shaved their business into the shape of like the card suites, and the jazz bands were hot. Bird, Charlie Parker's from there. There's pictures of my uncle with Buddy Rich. It was a huge jazz hub. But the stuff that went on there during those times jazz was the rock of the time. It was the debauch. It was what the hell is going on?
I like it. I like his sound effects.
I'm playing some cool shit to my bass, dude. Keep talking.
Fucking
Come on.
Bill, man.
I got
Fucking
fucking wallpaper.
I wonder whether
It's fucking wallpaper, dude.
I love that
Look,
bass.
this is about Tom, okay? And he hasn't
Yeah,
said a
he
goddamn
hasn't
word.
said a word.
This is about me.
It's all right, Tom.
Kansas City
Let's slide across to
in the
Tom.
30s and 40s. This is about me.
That was putting some good.
But you're married.
background
You're
in there.
married with four kids.
Was married.
Oh, now we know why.
Yeah.
Because of jazz. It's not because of jazz.
It's all because of
yeah.
the jazz.
But yeah, 4 kids and they're getting to the age where my oldest is 19 and self-managing and all of that kind of stuff. So
It's
that's
fun
cool.
when they get that age.
Oh my God.
Are they listening? Will they see the replay?
Yes, as a matter of fact, my youngest one is 9, and so he's under strict instructions that he can hear the dirty words, but he can't repeat them.
Oh, yeah.
Or I'm gonna kill his face off.
That's the. I love that. He's like talking to his kid. Okay, honey, I love you. Make sure you don't do that, or I'll kill your face off.
Yeah, I love you.
His other closer is like, okay, I'm done with you now. I love you.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
love
All
you.
right,
I gotta
so-
go. I'm done with you. Get out of my face.
So now we're at the
That's
stage
love.
where now I want to hear the filthy story. Let's go.
He's actually jerking your chain. I don't have a filthy
what
jazz
the
story.
fuck?
I don't have a
You're a
filthy.
drummer.
So
All drummers have dirty
disappointed.
stories, man.
Oh well, I mean, come on. But
I'm
there's
throwing you a
there's-
bone here, man.
There's
Is it racialist?
Racialist. That's a new word.
I'm gonna steal that word.
pre-Judas.
It saves you saying 2 words at one time. It
Yeah.
says, are you racial and are you a racist?
Covers ground.
Exactly.
Racialist.
The racialist. That's
Don't
a
drink.
good name for a fucking
Don't
band,
drink.
right?
Don't drink, kids.
Okay, I'm not gonna drink. If I come.
I think I found a new band name.
Racialist.
Racialist.
How'd you get a nun and an altar boy pregnant at the same time?
Racialist.
Something about a clown suit. I think.
Oh, God.
I think that's the punchline.
I knew that would come in handy one time before I throw it away. Oh, fucking hell. Have we talked about music? Play another fucking
Yeah,
live
let's hear
song.
the
Last
song.
time I said, how many times have you played live? You went, I can play fucking now.
Well, we're up to 2 shows already. This will be
3.
our
This
third.
is the third,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It doesn't count until you've hit at least 3 songs, though.
Next album is the greatest hits.
Cockney rejects.
We should.
It's in Spanish, though. Maybe no one will recognize it that it's not. Well, it's in Spanish.
That is
Well,
not,
actually,
that is
we
not
don't-
English.
We didn't even talk about that because we finished the first half
Oh,
of the
yeah,
show.
the two versions of the songs.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
Right.
Oh, this is a fun one though. This is a good.
All right, play this and then we talk.
All right.
Are we going to play this one?
Let's play something else.
What are we playing?
What are we
Too
playing?
still fine looking, man. Do someone else.
Oh, let's do.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that one. This one, at the risk of sounding like a singer-songwriter, this one is about.
My feelings.
Yeah, no, actually, the mob roots in Kansas City, because it was actually some of the biggest people lived doors down from my great grandma.
I didn't know there were mob roots in.
Oh,
Kansas
it was
City.
it was huge. That was okay. When you watch, like, if you've ever seen like Casino or
Yeah.
anything like that, when they pan, like, they go to this old like deli that they say that's in the center of the midtown whatever. That deli is in Kansas City.
I had no clue.
Yeah, that was Kansas City was the center of the hub between Las Vegas, Chicago. That was the hub. That was a hub where everybody kind of passed through to get this stuff. So anyway, that's
We're
what this
such
is
a
about.
fucking cultured band, aren't we?
Yeah, very
It's
much
awesome,
so.
though.
We just have a bunch
I
of
hate
shit
my
to talk
parents,
about.
but I lived over free and we practiced in the garage. No, it's a little deeper than that.
I live on my mom's couch. Yeah, it's okay. All right, it's called Guilty Guilty. Okay, shut up, Mike.
I don't know. I got it.
One time in a drunken dream, the people you wanna rip and scheme, the things you did you cannot hide, cause you're the spawn of Bonnie and Clyde. Guilty, guilty! Guilty, guilty! No, I'm not! Guilty, guilty! Guilty, guilty! No, I'm not!
I'm definitely out of tune.
Don't matter, it's punk rock.
Did I say care?
Cannot hide, cause you're the spawn of Bonnie and Clyde. When you did, you say, you can know you can make it straight. Guilty, guilty! Guilty, guilty! No, I'm not! Guilty, guilty! Guilty, guilty! No, I'm not! By the country and by the bus, by the country and by the mall. If you did, you cannot hide, but you don't know what it's all about. Guilty, oh guilty, why don't you just admit it? Guilty, I'm guilty, I'm coming back to get you. Guilty, guilty! No, I'm not! Guilty, guilty! No, I'm not! Guilty, guilty! No, I'm not! Guilty, guilty! No, I'm not!
Fucking love it.
Stuff. I like that. That's one of the ones I play on Look Like Hedrick on Thursdays.
Oh, funny.
I love that one.
Our friend Coco is texting me and he says, "What is this punk rock? Oh, wait, turn your damn guitar down." What's funny about Coco, beside Coco being totally funny, Coco,
There's a list.
he sang backups on a number of these songs on the CD. He's the bass player for Edgar Winter. He
Oh,
tours with Edgar Winter.
That's
And
cool.
When you were talking about Alice Cooper, I think you saw a show. Where did you see the show? At the Greek?
I saw him.
No,
at
I
the-
did. You know, originally I've seen Alice Cooper 4 times.
Oh, okay.
I saw him at the Hollywood Bowl, supporting Motley Crue. But the show, I saw him at Universal Amphitheatre. I saw him twice in London. But the first time in London was a Trash tour. I think it was 89, maybe 90,
Okay.
89. And that was the first time I'd seen him. And I didn't realize that he was that full-blown theatrics. It was a show. It wasn't
Oh, okay.
You know, and that it just fucking blew me away.
Edgar Winter just was on tour. There was a big tour. It was Edgar Winter, Alice Cooper, and shit. There was one more band.
I think it was Boston.
No, it wasn't Boston. But anyway,
Marilyn Manson.
Air Supply.
Air Supply. That's it. We have a friend who plays in Air Supply too. No, but Coco is the bass player for Edgar Winter. He has been.
It was
for like
Deep
the
Purple.
past 10 years. Deep Purple, yes, it was. So he was on that tour, and he's just a friend. I have coffee with him like 2-3 times a week. Edgar Winter's bass player. He travels with him, whatever. And Tom couldn't make it because I think you had a session, a jazz session somewhere. So Coco did the backup vocals on the CD when we recorded it. So
That's awesome. I'm on live on Facebook right now. Mike Machado said hi.
Mike who?
Machado.
Oh, Mikey.
He said you're like his second big brother.
Oh yeah, well, Mikey and Steve. I mean, you know, their dad was the. I love both of those guys. They are like brothers. Their dad, when I grew up in La Habra, was the watch commander. So we got away with a few things. Bill, I'm gonna kick you in the nuts.
That doesn't work, actually. That's for.
You can't kick him in the nuts because he's got his guitar in his knee.
Doesn't work. Well,
That's going through his bass too.
Well, I have him live on YouTube. I mean, on Facebook. Why don't we do? And you can, if you guys are watching on Facebook, you can also watch on YouTube as well. Why don't we do one more song live while we're on Facebook Live? If you guys have it,
I'm doing one right now.
Yeah. I like those side effects coming through your bass there. I like that bass. That's a nice bass.
It serves so many functions. Apparently,
It does. It's multi-purpose.
Oh, it's not that one.
You're live on chaoticradio.com. Beautiful Disaster with Dutchie the Punk DJ, myself, Kat Monroe, Kyle back there in sound. We have Human Haggis live in studio. They've been gracing us with some great live music.
So yeah, play us another song. Put your fucking phones down.
Okay, well, no, I gotta get the
Bitches.
lyrics. You know?
I gotta get the lyrics.
That's his cheat sheet.
Fuck you now.
Do you have a teleprompter for Mr. Mike here?
Yes. Yeah. Hey, you know me and Frank. Hey, can't remember this shit. Okay, so you're gonna. Well,
When in doubt, just say Scooby Dooby.
all right.
It works in every single pop song ever
Scooby-Dooby.
written. Scooby Dooby always works.
Let's do. This is our pop punk song.
I forgot this one. Go ahead, I'll find it.
Okay, we'll figure it's in E.
You go.
1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Moving forward keeps the pain away. Moving forward keeps the pain away. That's it. But everybody tells you how. Go read it all on Facebook now. To get the who, what, where, and why. The way that you should live and you should die. Tell me the things you weren't meant to say. It never mattered much anyway. Things to do, so here I stay. Just the same as yesterday. I find strength, you find decay. Give me time, I'll find a way. I'm doing time in my mind. I never thought the sentence fit the crime. Tonight I'm gonna make a break. Will it be true? Will it be fake? Report it and it doesn't matter. It just makes the fact more fatter. Tell me the things you were paid to say. It never matters much anyway. Things to do, so here I stay. Just the same as yesterday. You find strength, you find decay. Give me time, I'll find a way. Yeah. Today you think 'cause you're dead today.
so here I stay. Just the same as yesterday. I find strength, you find decay. Just turn up, I find a way. Things to do, so here I stay. Here I stay. Things the same as yesterday. Yesterday. Think you find decay. Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. Give me time, I find a way.
Woo! That was awesome. I like that. So that was your pop punk song.
That's our pop
What was the
punk
name
song.
of that song?
Find a Way.
Find a Way. By Human Haggis, live in studio on chaoticradio.com. You can also watch live on our YouTube channel, which we have right there.
Or you could just fucking tune in.
Or you can just tune in. Go to chaoticradio.com and listen. Yeah.
CC.
Coco Powell says we have a perfect balance now.
Oh, thank you, Coco.
Thank you,
Who says that?
Coco Powell.
Our backup vocalist on the record there. Edgar Winter's bass player.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Well, no, you know what? Considering what we do and considering the little bit of equipment we've got in here, sometimes it's a struggle to get bands to sound good. But
They sound good. No matter
like I
what.
said, you're the first band that hasn't gone acoustic. You're the first band that's brought their guitars
No, we've
in.
had a couple that have had guitars. We've
Yeah,
had a
but
few.
they haven't played with any effects.
You know,
True.
there's a lot to be said about making the most out of what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. And we're happy to do that. Here we are.
I didn't realize when I was telling you to fucking plug in there and do this that then all of a sudden an hour and a half later during the show you're like, well, I'm going to the Albert fucking Hall next week, and I'm gonna be setting up for fucking
doing
Tears
sound
for
for Albert,
fucking
yeah.
Fears, and what a cunt I fucking feel like.
I'm a terrible fucking salesman. I'm a horrible carnival barker. I can't speak for myself. I really can't.
You should have just walked in and said, "Do me a favor, fuck off, get away from the board."
Yeah. All right. Just give me another fucking wine.
Exactly. Sounded fucking great. You sound fucking great. Would you consider yourself a punk band?
You know, what is punk? Punk, I'm sorry, my opinion, punk died in 70s.
That was a period.
In the late 70s, punk was dead. Everything else is rock and
Do me
roll
a favor,
after that.
Carl. Do me a favor, get him out.
No,
Punk's
you know,
never died, never
punk's-
will do.
Punk's an attitude.
irritating you,
Punk's
Dutch.
not a music. It's not a music. It's an attitude.
It is an attitude,
It is a
no,
total
It is.
which is why Elvis Costello and Ian Dury and Nick Lowe were,
okay,
and
see,
were
now
considered
you're talking-
punks.
Well, Joe Jackson, you know.
Fuck yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Like, every song I've ever written, I'm inspired by two guys, and it's Elvis Costello and Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
They wrote the best fucking songs, and they were pissed off.
Ian
you know?
Dury wrote fucking great songs,
Well,
dude.
yeah, but Ian Dury also likes,
Sex and drugs and rock.
but he likes Steely Dan.
Well, dude.
He fucking loves Steely Dan.
Why don't you like Steely Dan?
Oh, do you think I don't?
Do you like Toto too?
Dude, I know chords with numbers in them. See?
Chords with numbers. Oh.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't know there were numbers.
8-finger chords on guitar. Crazy shit.
Well, that was a good one.
So now I've got a fucking jazz man,
Yep.
and now a fucking
Eight
Jesus,
chord
it's
finger
going
man.
around the room, fucker.
Yeah.
Jazz
I
is
like the,
You're gonna be
infectious.
next, Bill.
I like the Dixie
contagious.
Dregs. I love the Dixie Dregs. I grew up with them. It's fucking badass.
Dude, that's
the best
southern,
prog band
that's
in the
southern
world.
jazz.
Best prog band in the world.
But you know, when I say that, I'm not talking about what you consider yourself as people, right? Because kids today have no fucking clue what we're talking about. They don't.
They
you
don't.
know?
You remember when punk was? It wasn't music. It was this thing where you got up on stage and you did your thing and you spit on the floor and you go, "What the fuck are you gonna do about it?" That was
Yeah.
punk rock. It wasn't the music. It was the.
However,
attitude.
to me, there's a certain sound of a music that makes you, that puts you in that group because of the sound.
Oh, it affects
All
you, yeah.
It affects me
Yeah,
big
right.
time. I mean, I have bands come on here. I don't fucking like screaming bands. I don't like them.
No.
You know?
But it's a DIY thing. I think punk.
Yes.
You know, DIY. If you do it yourself, there's attitude. Your attitude, not the producer's
And you don't care
attitude.
what anybody else
No,
thinks.
and you just do it. You know, like I mean, that's the reason that Dead Kennedys put out 5 fucking million songs is because they did it. They recorded the song. They spent 5 minutes mixing it, and they put it out. You have how many? I mean, they have so much music.
Yeah.
Because they didn't care about production. You know, Steely Dan puts a record out every 10 years. 'cause
And it
it's
took them
perfect.
10 years to make it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, in that 10 years,
By the
Dead
time
Kennedys
it's put
have
out.
10.
And
Relative
nobody
records.
buys albums anymore.
They buy 99-cent songs. That's right.
Yeah, they stream everything. It's all right. It's a new model.
It is.
Make it work.
But get, I don't know. I thought about this the other day when someone said that. I thought, well, when I buy a CD, right? I either keep it forever or I lose it or it gets broken or whatever. But if I buy a download, and let's just say Apple went bust, Apple went bang, Voodoo was gone. You know, I'm going to buy my movie for $15 on Voodoo. Who the fuck are Voodoo? How long have they been around? 3 years from now, will they even exist?
Right.
It's kind of like my Zune. I had a Microsoft Zune, and I downloaded all this
what?
music to the Zune.
Yeah, what is that?
Right. Exactly. Right. Okay,
Good
Microsoft
point.
put a media player out, and it was called the Zune, and I had
It was
all this
their
music
competitor to the iPod.
to the iPod, and I can't access my freaking Zune music. I spent
And you
hundreds.
bought music on it,
Yes.
right?
I can't play it anymore. That's
So that
Yeah.
makes me feel clever now.
Well,
See?
back, we were talking about the new model, though, because people don't really buy music anymore unless they really want to support the artist, and in which case people do, but that's the rare occasion. The new model is you have to be a troubadour now. You have to tour. You have to perform.
That's
So
where
the
the payment
good
is.
bands are going to stay, and the bands that suck are going to go away. I like the new model. I'm a
Yeah.
fan of it. I think it's awesome.
That and what that's done as well is that's brought the best of the old boys back.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
and they're
This is
making
real.
more money now. They're not making money from selling their songs. They're making money. Well, they are a little bit, but you know what? And it used to be the opposite. There was no money in touring.
Yeah. Tour was
Merch.
Tour was
Merch,
supporting
yeah.
the album.
Sweetest
now
fruit
the
is
album
merch.
supports the tour.
Yeah,
Right.
and you must see that more than most now.
Oh hell yeah! But the level of bands that I work for, I mean, people do buy their shit because it's available everywhere. But
That's a whole different level though than compared
it's
to
a
the
weird-
DIY
it's a weird
level.
level.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
weird
it's
level.
on V level, you know.
it's a weird level.
One of the biggest things I love about older bands, especially, is if they have the balls to record new music.
Yeah.
You know, and we had John Easdale.
Tears for Fears this week.
Well, I was just
They-
going.
do-
That's
do
where
they have new
that's
music
where
out?
I was going, right? But we had John Easdale from Dramarama, and he sat there and he said, and I told him, I don't want to hear your old shit. I fucking know your old shit. You know, I want to hear your new stuff. And
He
he brought
has
his
really
guitar
good
in,
new stuff.
and
Wow.
the guy was so fucking I sat there, did I not cry?
We both
I
cried
fucking
that
cried.
show. Yes.
The guy played
Wow.
with fucking passion, and his lyrics were unreal.
John's a real deal, man.
Yeah,
Yes, he is.
and I also went to see TSOL recently down at the observatory when he said, "This is going to be my new album, and you might not fucking like it." And it sold out, and they didn't. I'm not saying they didn't like it, but they wanted the old hits more. But Tears for Fears. So what were you going to say? Tell me about Tears for Fears.
Well, their new stuff is surprisingly current. I mean, it's amazingly good. They did a whole series of things because 5 billion people have covered their songs, right? So they did this thing for a while where they would do covers of these bands, like it did an Arcade Fire song, you know, because they covered one of theirs. They covered, you know, something, and they would give them away. Say, we did this. Here you go. So their sound is always current, and they're very poppy, but they're very intelligently poppy. But they still sing along with them. I mean, they're fucking great, and they have new stuff out, which means I've got more work, which means their fans are still paying attention to their new stuff. They still want to hear the hits.
Oh,
They're not gonna
that's
lose
never
them.
going to change from.
They're
from-
going to lose them if they play 4 new songs in a row. They got to intersperse those with the hits.
That's one of the big things we say. You know,
But pay attention because people are still developing when they're 50 years old. You know.
Yeah.
We're not. I didn't peak in high school. Fuck that. You know. I'm still developing.
Oh, I haven't peaked yet. Not yet. I think
Give
sometime
me
this
15
weekend
minutes.
it could be.
Yeah, give me 15 minutes.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that's actually why we are
kicking in,
interspersing
man.
our songs with all of our older hits, right? From
pretty
our
much.
first album.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
We're interspersing our first album with our first album.
Right. Right.
Our first album really should have been our greatest hits.
All the greatest hits, right?
Farewell.
Human Haggis, all our best.
Where can people buy Human Haggis if they want to buy it online or they want to buy it to listen to themselves?
Tom?
Can they buy a physical CD like this?
Buy a physical CD like this. You can buy it on iTunes in the iTunes store. I think the spotlight's on me because I don't have the link up. Do I have the link up on the website right now?
You may. I don't know.
Okay. If I don't have the link up on the website,
It will be soon.
this is why everyone hates me. But if I do, I look like a golden god right now. So either way, you know, at least I'm good at something. So
Well, the workaround is come to one of our 3 live shows per year and buy a fucking CD.
right. But humanhaggis.com. That's humanhaggis.com.
Was a tough one, wasn't it?
It's,
Right.
It's
To
100
spell it with that many letters in
Right.
it, 2 words and everything.
it's 125th element.
That's why he's in a jazz band. Put him in a
It only
fucking...
lasts for a very short time. So
Right.
buy it now.
Are you recording? Because when you came in, you said, we got the one CD, but we got loads of stuff.
Yeah.
And one of you mentioned, and we got enough to record a new one. Is that in the works? Are you already doing it?
Oh, hell
Yes,
yeah.
yes, it is. We recorded the first album in my garage at my house, but right now my house is under major construction.
So this was recorded in your garage in your house?
Yes.
That's good quality.
Yes. It came out. Bill, well, what I did is I recorded everything there, and then we tracked everything there. I sent it to Bill. Bill did his bass tracks at his house.
Oh, that's fine.
Most of our stuff now, I have another album previous to this. It was a solo album, and it was mostly email. I would send people the tracks. They'd play to it. They'd send me the master file. I'd mix it here.
That's the beauty of computers these days.
I have a dream.
You can telecommute within a band.
Yes.
It's pretty
You
awesome.
can. I have a dream, and my dream is, unlike Martin Luther King's,
That
is
one
to
day-
one day
Well, that's
hook up.
another good story.
It is. I have my friends in New York, Ine Costaby. I don't know if you remember a band called Youth Gone Mad. They were punk band, Youth Gone Mad. He's got another band now called Dead Heavens. Between him, New York, I want to put it together. New York here. I have a friend in Texas, and then do a live recording over video through the pipe in real time. So you have someone here, someone there, and you make a record, and it's recorded at this central location. And
It's a live recording.
it's a live recording done nationwide
On the interwebs.
on the interwebs.
That's fucking great.
That's awesome.
But
yeah.
I don't think the pipes are there yet as far as to get the information back and forth in real time. Because not only are you having to do,
There's latency issues. Yeah,
there's
delays.
latency, it's still latency issues because you're going to have video because you got to look at people when you're playing.
But soon enough, it'll be.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
It's getting there. And not only that, but if you're recording, you have to do some quality audio,
Yeah, for sure.
44K.
I have latency issues with my Riesling. Would you like another as well? You good?
I will grab it. How about that?
I'll get it.
You
I'll
got-
get it.
okay.
I'll
I
get
can't believe fucking Tom didn't
Just
offer
bring the bottle.
to go get it. for you.
Yeah, duh.
you
Bring
know-
the bottle, right?
I've really settled into this chair at this
He's
point,
comfortable.
folks.
Look at him.
Man, yeah, I'm digging me.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I was not about to fuck with your comfort, dude. I'm
Right.
gonna get it.
Thank you.
And he didn't want to move the drum kit.
I've already
comfortable.
served. I've already served. I can, notch that one. I'm good.
So what's next, though? I mean, the three of you seem to be having a fucking laugh in life. You don't give a fuck. Now, I don't know about your personal lives, but as a band, you don't see. There's no pressure to play live. There's no pressure to record. Getting a new kitchen's way more important than fucking getting the band's new album.
Killing
out
my
there.
children's faces off.
Yeah.
That's-
I'm going to tell that to my older kid next
No,
time.
I do that all
If
the
you're not
time.
home in time, I'm going to kill your face off.
Yeah, I will kill your face clean off of your face. There it is. Sorry.
Now, that was the most important thing that's going on right now is opening the new bottle
Yes.
of vino.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they grow legs. These corkscrews. You gotta keep track of them.
Yep.
But you've got how many? You're going to release a new album.
We have stuff recorded. We have enough for a new album right now. We're just waiting for my house to be done so we can start it up in the garage again. The new album will probably be called Sloppy Seconds, since it's the second
album,
right?
huh?
And that's because of Tom, because Tom's mind is in the gutter, and I appreciate that mostly from my band members.
What do you mean his mind's in the gutter?
I mean, well,
How
really?
bad is he? Well, I'll let him answer his own question.
Amen. That's it. No, it's actually it's a buddy of mine and I, a guy named Jay Gore, and he's a guitarist and does a lot of jazz stuff. By the way,
I don't know where jazz stuff is.
Yeah, I know.
Boring. Jazz is boring.
no. Well, I mean, some of it is.
Jazz
some of it isn't.
people are boring because they won't tell the
No,
the real.
not
Hang on. Fucking let me fucking finish, will you?
Okay.
Right? Jazz people are boring because we know they're filthier than everyone else, but they won't say it like punk people do. They won't admit it
And why do you think that is?
okay.
Why do you think that
because
is?
it's so fucking bad.
Well, maybe, possibly.
Prove me wrong.
Hey.
Mr. Mr. I'll put my beer in a glass.
Right. This is
Yep.
Exactly. Let's play some cricket.
right.
No more
Right.
rush, dude. No more rush, dude. Sorry, no more rush.
Right.
Do you know that's
Rush.
that's Morse code, you know?
I do. I do. We were talking about it. Did you hear us?
That's the only reason I said it.
Or
It's
you
'cause
just,
I heard
you're
you
just
say
messing
that.
with me.
Kachikubas, come on, he already said that.
I know. Come on.
You know, Dutchy, we're in about 10 minutes. We're going to have a guest caller.
Well, a guest?
A guest caller. His name's Flabby Hoffman from the Flabby Hoffman Band. He has a show in Chicago, AM 1680 radio.
Jazz? Is it jazz?
No.
I hope it's jazz.
Is it jazz?
He's a crazy guy. You'll like him.
I hope
He came to the Doll Hut and he played from Chicago. He played a couple weeks ago. He has Q4.org is his radio show. He has a radio show like us, and also he has an AM 1680 radio show. I called in. I called in a few weeks ago, and I was on his show, so he has
cool.
a chance to call in.
Very nice.
Yeah, so it's about 10 minutes or so.
I love your no fapping in the bathroom sign. By the
Yeah,
way.
did you see the little slimy
I
spot underneath
completely
it?
You know what?
disobeyed it
I
too,
actually
by the
think
way.
I'm going to get rid of the sign. I think it's not as classy as the station is.
Very inappropriate.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and it's from a previous owner
Right.
who obviously thought, well, I just, meh.
Felt that
Obviously
necessary.
fapped in the bathroom.
That's
right?
real.
Yeah, there's
I'm
something
gonna-
weird under that sign too.
I don't want to go there. Remove it before we come
I
back.
saw that. It's weird.
You keep looking at it as
No,
well.
it's right there.
What does it taste like?
I don't know that.
You sure?
What is fapping?
Get your wiki out, dude.
You're listening to CatecRadio.com. Beautiful disaster. Dutchy, the legendary punk DJ, myself, Cat Monroe, Kyle back there in sound. Human Haggis live in studio. Why don't we hear another Human Haggis song?
All right.
I think your superstar guest is calling.
Oh, is he calling in?
Yeah. Is he ready to come on, Carl? Ready to go?
Hello, hello.
Well, hello there.
Is this Mr. Flabby Hoffman?
Hang on, let me check. Yeah, I think so.
Hey, Flabby, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Welcome to A Beautiful Disaster. It's always a beautiful disaster on Chaotic Radio. And tell us about your radio show you have there. Flabby has a radio show in Chicago.
Nice.
That's correct.
Yeah, we have
Yes,
Human
we do.
Haggis. Human Haggis is the band we have right now in studio. Great band. I don't know if you've been listening, but they're absolutely great.
I have been listening, and they are smoking. I really enjoyed.
You should have them on
there's
your
a couple
show.
of songs.
We should play your
And,
show.
yeah,
and we
I'd
should
love to have them-
we should play your show and we should play Reggie's.
And we should record at Wax Tracks.
Nice.
Is that Chicago stuff? Oh, you guys know Chicago then?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Well, I
Yeah,
love that city.
the booker over at Reggie's, El Quintana, has been on my radio show a whole bunch of times, and
Badass
she's actually starring in a new movie that I'm putting out in the near future. So she
Sweet.
and I are pretty tight. Yeah, and that's one of the best places to play in the Midwest.
I played there a couple of months ago, and they had the best hospitality and the coolest people, working crew, and the great sound system, and just a badass joint. There's so many cool spots there. I love it.
So you were here in town and you didn't drop by my radio show. I can't believe it.
I just met you, dude.
What?
Come on.
What an insult! I can't believe it. No,
Let's start off by not being friends. That's awesome.
it's,
No, Flabby's
well,
cool.
You know, creative conflict is a source of all kinds of inspired material.
We need to write some songs, dude.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, let's definitely start while we're still angry at each other.
That's right.
Preserve the anger.
The rage.
That's
That
it.
brings
Preserve
out
it.
the best stuff in music.
Serious. That's how I get pissed off. I have a few beers and I write lyrics. That's how it works.
Isn't that how it's supposed to
That
be?
is exactly how it works.
It's
It
a
just comes
purge.
flowing.
It is.
It's a purge.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of a big picture of life. You get all these horrible things that are going on in the world today. It's a massive amount of darkness, but it is a profound time for the creative spirit.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, so
Truly.
so it's a yin and yang balancing act.
All
Every,
kinds of fodder
movable
for
object-
creativity out there. All kinds of fodder for creativity right now, man. Everywhere.
That's right.
I pitched. Oh, go ahead.
The immovable object just needs to be met with the irresistible force.
Cheers to that.
Just all it's do.
Cheers to that.
And we have a.
Um,
I don't know if
go on.
you haven't met Dutchy Flabby. This is Dutchy the Punk DJ. He's the host. I'm the co-host here of the show on Tuesday. Beautiful
okay,
disaster.
right
Yeah.
on.
I'm just listening, man. I'm interested to hear sometimes. I let Kat do the talking, kick back and listen. But what you just said then is it's one of the things that's going on in the country right now, which I think sometimes we take too seriously, is we get up every fucking morning, we walk around, we do our shit. Forget who's running the country, because it does affect us, but it very rarely affects us right there and then in our life and in everyday life. We read it, we see it, we hear it, we hate it, we comment on it, but fucking live your own fucking life. Get up, do what you can do, be creative, especially with what we're doing. We get lucky enough to be on radio and bring fucking amazing bands like these boys in here today. You know,
Right on.
And
yeah, I agree with you. I think you've unlocked the secret because, the masses are easy to manipulate because a lot of them either tend to be sheep or just are dumb, flat out dumb, or ignorant, and they can't get it together. But there are tons and tons of people who are really intelligent, wise, involved with some very cool things. Those people are tough to fool, and the best way to keep them down is to keep them depressed
and keep them distracted.
Distraction.
Distraction
divide.
Don't even get me started on distractions. Nope.
Yeah.
Well, Flabby, you have a band.
You become so caught up in depression, it takes all your energy, saps all your energy. So Dutchie, I agree with what you're saying because that's the way that they get us. The smart people, they can figure out the lies, but if everything is so dismal, if you wake up and the first thing you get hit with is a bunch of new tweets by the orange mongoloid in charge, and you just get completely sidetracked, and your energy goes right into the shit, to the toilet.
Yeah, and that's what life's about, man. I mean, if we're all creating positive energy in where we are, it's gonna fucking pass on,
Things only happen at a local level. They really only
True. I don't even vote for president anymore. I just vote for my local people because that's the stuff that directly affects me.
How do we get on politics?
Now, Flabby, because you have.
I'm sorry, it's my fault.
Yeah, fuck it. It's your fault.
I love Flabby. He came to the Doll Hut and he played a show, and he's actually a really great musician as well. And I've been wanting to have him on the show. I'll probably have him call one of my Thursday shows as well because I don't have a lot of time today. But Flabby, you are awesome. And go ahead. What's your radio show there in Chicago?
The radio show is, we stream live, so we go on 1680 AM here in Chicago every Saturday from 1 to 4, but we stream live at q4.org, and I have to spell it to you because the people who designed the name of the website made it as impossible to convey to somebody
it's secret.
As they could. It's QUE and the number 4.org.
Oh, that's cryptic.
And we go Chicago time from 1 to 4 every Saturday.
All caps are small.
We've been on for about 3 years, and we've had literally like thousands of guests. We really have a guest-intensive show, free-form radio. And what I'm trying to do, speaking to what Dutchie was talking about a little bit, is my revolution is all about empowering what's good in people. We come on with our radio show without beating people over the head with it, bring on all these cool, amazing artists who are doing impossible things for nothing but the joy of doing it. And we put a ton of them on the air, and it's like counter-programming for the mainstream depression, social engineering thing that they do. And we bring out all these amazing, wonderful, inspired people, organically driven creativity, and they just do their thing, and we're trying to inspire people to let them know that no matter how much negativity they try to force down our throats, the human spirit's still alive and well.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that's what our show's all about.
And thank you for doing that, Flabby, too. Thank you. You've had Riot Gun on your show, right? Was it Riot Gun?
Yeah, we had Riot Gun.
Yeah, he had Riot Gun. We had some of the same bands we've had on our shows.
Well, I'm doing my best to set up like a pipeline between us and California.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And see if there's strength in numbers. The rising tide raises all boats, and it's the you guys are doing great things too. I took a long look at the website. I listened down to the show. I mean, you guys are on the same page as us, and we're trying to, through grassroots. Because I'm tired of beating on the door of the mainstream media, begging them to let me in.
Yep.
And I don't even want to be a part of it. If you got to compromise to the point where
you know what, man,
what they're putting out is what you become, then I don't want to be a part of it. I want to start something from scratch, and that's what our radio station's like here. And when I talk politics, when I bring on all kinds of crazy guests and stuff, musicians and poets and hardcore politics people and all kinds of different diverse people, the owners of the station are like, yeah, man, great show.
Well, you know what, man? You're part of the new model, too. You're part of the new model, too. You're doing your own thing, and you shouldn't be concerned without getting into that old thing. You're doing your own. You're doing exactly the right thing.
Yep. Well, we have some. You have your band, Flabby. Tell us real quick about your band, and we're going to play a song.
Oh, right on. Yeah. Well, the Flabby Huffman Trio is sort of this nebulous group or revolving door.
I don't care. The name just fucking rules.
That's awesome. We have, in our third album, we had like 50 different musicians who played with us. And because I book a lot of shows here in Chicago, I've been, for about 15 years, I've been booking shows at every club in town. The radio show, I also have a local TV show. I know a lot of people, and I get to sort of like cherry pick a lot of musicians who I think are compatible with what I do. And so we've had tons of people. The trio that I brought out to LA with me is just one of 3 different incarnations of the trio that sort of is working right now. The trio in Chicago that we just played last Friday was a 7-piece.
Wow.
The trio that I brought to the Dow Hut was a 3-piece. That
was awesome.
So it's always something different. It's always something unique, and I'm really proud of what we're doing. It's all very it's angry music at its root, but it's also sort of trying to inspire people to take life by the nuts and squeeze everything they can out of it.
Awesome. Well, I think Kyle back there. I think you have something queued up for us, don't you, Kyle?
Yeah, I got one queued up.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and play a song, Flabby, and then we're gonna have to say goodbye.
Nice to meet you, man.
And but I'm gonna
right on, man.
I'm gonna have you call back again in a few weeks. We're gonna have you on the Thursday show regularly. I think I like what you got going on.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I would love to do it, and love to have you on my show again.
Yes, we'll have to have Dutchie call your show too.
Anytime, fucking anytime, man.
Dude, I'm traveling through. I'm going to hook up. I'm traveling through. I'm going to meet you, man.
Yeah, you're friends now.
Yeah, please.
Started off as enemies. Now you love each other.
Call into the radio show in advance. Dutchie, I'd love to have you on the radio show talking about your stuff and everything you do. All you guys.
Fucking love to, man. Would love to.
Flabby Hoffman on Facebook. Look me up. Send me a message, and we'll get it together.
Yep. Kyle, what you got keyed up for us, Kyle?
I'm going to do this one because I like the name of it, Rising Radioactive Skylab. So we're going to go ahead and cue that right
China's
now.
going down, Sky's going down.
Thank you, Flabby.
Nice.
Love you.
Hey, love you too. Thanks for everything, you guys.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Keep it going, man.
Bye now.
Fuck the world. Let's do this.
You too. Rock on.
Woo! ChaoticRadio.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, since it's titles, I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. So awful. Its eyes are black and they gleam like a serpent. The mouth is alive. It's dripping from its rimless lips. This monster or whatever it is can hardly move. It seems weighed down by possibly gravity or something.
The Army Air Force has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Rice Field, Ohio, for further inspection.
chaoticradio.com. And that was Flabby Hoffman with the Flabby Hoffman Trio. And I'm sorry, Kyle, what was the name of that song again? You like the name of that song?
Oh, that one was the Rising Radioactive Skylab.
And you can check out Flabby Hoffman at Q4QUE4.org for his radio show. He's a really awesome guy.
That,
That's
I
like
gotta
awesome
say,
Chicago.
that song does not do justice to what the live performance I
Yeah,
seen that
Kyle
boy
saw the
pull
live
off.
performance. He's also on
I
AM
saw him live.
1680
That boy is a
Chicago.
performer.
Yes, he is.
Right
the
on.
whole thing from everything he does to his band, it's awesome. And he's comedy. He makes you laugh. Yeah.
Nice.
Human Haggis.
How you doing?
Third live performance ever.
Yep.
You need to do more. Listen to the music. Listen to what you played in the studio for sure.
Yeah.
And then listen to your CD. I can't believe that was fucking recorded the way you said it was. Backwards
In a
and forwards.
garage.
In a garage, and then emails.
Email.
Backwards and forwards. You know what? It sounds fucking. At one stage, there was one song we played earlier where it's going left, right, and I go, fucking hell.
That's
this
my
is-
fault.
That's it. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
the
you know,
producer.
because you get fucking all suave and shit, don't you? Like, I'm going to show off and shit.
I got
I'm going to be at the Royal Albert Hall, you know.
I got to give props
Yeah.
to. I have to give props to the guitar player that played with us at Alex's when we did our first show.
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, Jason August Mann. Jason was the creator of the band El Grupo Sexo.
I've
which
heard of that band.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
they were like the Oingo Boingo
Yes.
of Orange County. They were insane. It was a fun show. You went to go get your ass kicked at this show.
That
It
was a
just
long
sort of
time ago.
hugely long time ago. But I actually auditioned for that band when I was 16.
Wow.
And it was so goofy and nutty, and me being 16 trying to be so cool, going, oh no, I'm a lot cooler than this band. I just can't do it, But they went on to just go do all this stuff, and I'd seen them so many times, and I was so enamored. I wish I could be back in this band. They were so cool. But thank you, Jason. Jason played our first show. He's a great guitar player.
And a smiling human being, too.
And a very sweet man. And he has a band called Los Fubars.
Why have I heard of that too?
Because you've probably
Okay.
seen some of his music.
Probably, yeah.
Fubar, Fubars.
Mhm.
Fucked up beyond all recognition. I think
Right.
that's what Fubar means. So,
Yep.
yeah. So, Jason August Mann, look this guy up. He's magic.
Well, gentlemen, thank you again. It's been a fucking pleasure.
Likewise.
You,
Thank you,
you need
Dutchie.
to come back because I feel that 2
There
hours
wasn't
is
enough
definitely
time.
not enough
No.
time.
I'll get him back.
Talking of that, we're going to play out
We'll
with
do
a
a
song
Sunday
which is
show
called
where they
what?
can barbecue.
We'll bring more amps
yeah.
next time.
Yes.
I'll bring some
come
pork
on.
butt, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Pork butt.
Dirty
Yeah.
jazz. Dirty fucking jazz.
Dirty jazz and pork butt.
Pork butt, 6 amps, and a full drum kit.
Ah, now we're talking.
So we're going to play out with No Time, which we have got none of.
We've got no time.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Yep.
Cheers, everybody.
It's been a
Pleasure.
beautiful disaster.
Kyle, my man, thank you for being back
Thank you,
there in the
Kyle.
booth. You fucking do a great job every fucking time. We're out of here. We'll be back next week.
Yep.
Kat will be back here on Thursday. I'll be back here on Friday.
Yep.
You're at 4. I'm at fucking 3. Greg Dixon on Saturday morning.
Ryan
on
Kenya.
4. And
The
in
Zig
between,
Zone.
check them all out. chaoticradio.com.
Meow.
I can't move nowhere to go. People crowding, move too slow. Why you have to slow me down? Got me spinning round without a doubt. I got no time. It's running out. I got no time. No one got me by the balls. Smash flies on the wall. I can't be here. Things to do with someone, but who? You're not a doubt. I got
Here.